Yo, what's up everybody? Thank you so much for tuning into my live. Today, we are going to be rating cheesecake on this very popular rating scale that basically just goes all the way down from S to F. And it just talks about, it basically is your typical just rating list. Like obviously S is at the top. So you have S, A, B, C, D, E, and F. And it's just a ranking system. I guess it's the one that we're using. I haven't done a lot of research into why the letters are the letters. I don't really care. It's a rating list. That's how we're doing it. So I've made a list of 7 different cheesecakes that I eat, at least, I think these are the most popular. If I missed some, let me know. I will put them in later. I'll like redo the video or something, or maybe just update it as we go. Because I love cheesecake. Probably one of my favorite desserts that exists. It's just good. I don't know what else to say. There's a lot of variety to it, a lot of different flavors, and it's good. So if you don't like cheesecake, sorry, you can click off, or you can figure out what the best one is and try that if you haven't. So I have a list of 7 cheesecakes here. We have good homemade cheesecake, bad homemade cheesecake, because y'all know some of you out there cannot make cheesecake. Anyway, we got Cheesecake Factory, store cheesecake, assorted cheesecake, cheesecake cupcakes, and fake cheesecake. I don't know, some of you might not know what I mean by fake cheesecake. Basically, there's like cheesecakes out there that aren't as complicated as real cheesecake, but they taste like cheesecake, so that's what I'm defining as fake cheesecake. So let's get right into sorting these, and I'll just go straight down the list and sort them. So starting off with number 1, we have a good homemade cheesecake. Now, I'm not talking like top tier professional, because some people out there have made cheesecake professionally, and therefore their homemade cheesecake is like top notch, and obviously that's going to be S tier. You know what? Let's throw that up there right now. Professionally made cheesecake obviously is going to be an S tier cheesecake. Good homemade cheesecake, I'll put that at a solid A. I think that's fair. I mean, any good homemade cheesecake is going to be better than pretty much anything else. Maybe we'll have some above that, but that's going to be pretty much your top tier cheesecake right there. Now, if you have bad homemade cheesecake, that is straight opposite of the list. I'm going to put that at F. If you have a bad homemade cheesecake, it's usually terrible. There isn't really an in-between. Obviously, some cheesecake is going to be like at a C. That's a bad homemade cheesecake. So I guess I'll put it at both. But most of the time, you're going to have an A or an F homemade cheesecake. But we'll put like a tiny one at C, because it is possible. It's just not likely. And then for 3, moving right along, we have Cheesecake Factory, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it. That's S tier. That is top of the notch. Top of the notch? I think I just made something new. Top of the line cheesecake. I think that is like industry standard cheesecake. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that right at S. Now, this is where things get a little more interesting, and probably a little more opinionated, but I honestly think store cheesecake is a solid B on average. I think some stores obviously have better cheesecake, but Walmart in particular, or Shop and Save, which is where I've gotten my cheesecake, always consistent. It's good, decent quality cheesecake. So I'm gonna put that. No, I'll put that at a C. I think that's in par with the ever so rare decent homemade cheesecake. I think it's a C. Now, assorted cheesecake, no, that's an E right there. It's not awful. It usually tastes fine, but you're always going to leave out some of the cheesecake that you don't like. It's very rare you're going to find an assorted cheesecake that you like every piece of. So that goes straight to E. Cheesecake cupcakes. This is something I never really heard of until this year. They fascinate me. I love the thought of having a cheesecake that's also a cupcake. So 1, it's way easier to eat, because you don't need a fork or anything. But 2, you can kind of add some different stuff in there. And so far they're good. I haven't really had a bad cheesecake cupcake yet. Wow, that's really hard to say. Cheesecake cupcake. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and put just the category of cheesecake cupcakes at a B tier. It's not quite the best, but it's definitely better than most. So I'm going to go ahead and put those at a B tier. Obviously, you could have like F tier, because again, they're like homemade. So You could, but I'm going to put the category of them at B. And that leaves us with fake cheesecake. And honestly, this one's pretty tough. I don't know if it's a C or a B, because at least the cheesecake I've had that isn't real cheesecake is always really good. So I guess I'll put it at C. I wish, I almost want to put it between C and B, but now we'll put it at C because it's not the best cheesecake, but it certainly isn't the worst. So that's my cheesecake rating. If you have any different ideas, let me know. And I'll either put out an update video or just edit this video and kind of republish it. But either way, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you hate any of these cheesecakes or if you love cheesecake just in general, let me know. Maybe sometime we can go out and get some cheesecake. So yeah, just let me know in the comments down below. And while you're there, if you could like and subscribe, that'd be amazing. It's free, it's easy, it's just 2 clicks. And you can always change your mind. So it's pretty simple. And that's all I got. So as always, we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.